Hi guys, welcome back to The Addicted Bookworm. Alright, so it's time to do a review of Fataility by Firelight by Lynn Cahoon. Right now it is on the return early screen here. So you can see it. You can't see it. But there's a little thing on it says, hey, you want to return this book early? And I'm like, okay, but let me first do the review. So, Fataility by Firelight is the second book in the Cat something series. It's basically it's a woman named Cat, and she has this Victorian house that she uses for retreats. And in this one, we have a writer's retreat, and we have all these writers that are there to basically, do what they do. And what happens is one of them ends up dead, and it's a guy called Charlie, and he was last seen with a woman called Charlotte or Charlene. I pronounce her name. Sometimes I can get people's names right, and sometimes I can't, depending on the genre. So, Kat and everybody is basically trying to do this retreat while there's like this cloud of murder. We have her uncle, who is a police officer, and interestingly enough, Charlie's found with 2 slit wrists and a knife in the gut, and Kat's like, it's difficult to get yourself in the gut and slit your wrists, and even though that actually is true, kind of like, well, it is the coroner's office that makes the decision, not your uncle. And she makes that comment that it's impossible to slit your wrists and get yourself in the gut, which is true, because you're severing that tenet that allows your hands to do this. Anyways, so it automatically is a homicide just from the conditions of the body. And so Kat is determined to ensure that this retreat's a success while trying to figure out who killed Charlie. And we found out who killed Charlie. I'm not going to tell you who killed Charlie. But his reasoning is very diabolical, very, twisted and everything. And, he kind of has this attitude of oh yeah, look, I know what he said to me when he died, as he was dying, and basically, you're no good, and you're no good, and you're no good. Wow, he did a lot of no goods. And this guy was absolutely just borderline insane. And of course, he gets kicked in the balls, which was fun. So the killer's discovered, and it's very nice that now she doesn't have to worry about this killer. So as far as the characters are concerned, they were mostly made up of writers or people that are trying to write. Kat's trying to get her own manuscript written. She definitely does have the hanging of her ex-husband's death. You kind of the suspicion that there's something more going on here than, she thinks. And just kind of the unknown. She's kind of she acts why, not acts but she feels that her ex-husband could have told her more than he did. And she has that, that hanging over as well. Everybody in the retreat does, specializes in a certain genre of writing. And it just seems like poets are more melodramatic, and you have this one person who, I forgot what genre they write, but he likes a little dose of fantasy. Another one, I believe, does murder mysteries. It's just a hodgepodge of different kinds of people, and everybody is there to get away from it and to kind of write and get their writing done, and hopefully to get marketed by an agent and all that type of stuff. I really like the atmosphere of the house. I like how it's described and how how you can envision it inside of your mind, which is always a great thing. And just the determination that Kat has with not just making the retreat a success, but to kind of try to move on and everything. All in all, I enjoyed it a lot. I found the book to be just as good as the first book. So on the Kobo side, I gave it 5 stars. I do not post anything now at all on Goodreads, so I probably read a lot more than I have before, but I don't really personally care anymore. I just want to sit down, read a good book, and not care about algorithm and all that type of stuff. Anyways, so that is my video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.